So we're going to divide our page 24 into 4 sections. So you can divide it vertically, and then you can divide it horizontally. You can use the entire page. That's okay. What are the 4 operations that we have? Raise your hand. What are the 4 operations? Who's one of them that we have in math? Kenyon. Multiplication. Okay, I'm going to write that one down here. Really struggling spelling today. Multiply. I would actually do some little frou-frous so that you know this is going to be the multiplying box. What else, Riley?
Divide.
We got division. Little frou-frous around that. What else we have? Leah? Addition. Some frou-frous around that. And I don't know. What's the last one?
Subtraction.
What, Destiny? Subtraction. What would you call those then if they're not frou-frous?
Clouds.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cloud's more accurate, probably.
Bubbles. I like
Frou-frous more fun to say them. Okay, so if we were talking about addition, what are some keywords that you might hear that would tell you or see that would tell you that it's going to be an addition problem? Well, yes, that's very true. But what words, like in a story problem, you're reading a story problem, what tells you to add? What? Some, right? That's the answer to an addition problem. What else? What? We could say more, yes. What else? Lucas is sleeping. What else? Add. What would tell you to add? Kaylin? The plus sign, yes. Can we what?
Can we put greater than other than 4?
Greater than sometimes though is going to be an inequality, so I don't want you to write greater than. Yes. In addition to. Okay, we also have all together. We also have total. Combined. In all. In all. I also have increased. If you deposit money into your account, you're adding money to your account. What? That's all I got. Anything else you can think of?
No.
You do, we can come back to it. Subtraction. What words then? If you look at addition, you can probably kind of come up with some ones that would be for subtraction. No, what's one? Less. I don't want to say less than because we're going to get into inequalities here soon, and less than is going to be that symbol. But yes, you're correct.
So less.
Less.
Different.
What?
Different.
Yep. So we could say less. Difference. Decreased. I have fewer. Ashley? Withdrawal. That'd be the opposite of deposit. I have fewer. Oh, I already have that one. Takeaway. That one's one that you probably remember from elementary. We don't usually have that one anymore. Any others? Lost or spent, yes. Good one. Any others? Okay. Multiplication. What's the two-letter one that we hear all the time? Of always means to multiply.
I was thinking 2 words.
Oh, sorry, 2 letters. What's another one? Sarah? Product, is that what you said? Product? What else? What's the one that you guys always use for? What? Times. Multiplication can be represented by a dot, but I'm not going to put dot. If I have something that is like twice, what's another word for that? Double. Okay, so twice or double. What does that actually mean, though? It's very specific to what you're going to multiply by. What are you going to multiply by? So if it's twice or double, you would say it's times 2. Each is also, like if you buy a ticket to the movie, each of you have to purchase a ticket. One that can kind of be, you have to be careful about is per. So an example of that is like your ticket one. You have to, there's like $12 per person. So you each have to buy a ticket, right? Per person. But it can also be used. What? It'd be same as each in that situation. But it can also be used for division because you can go so many miles per hour. So then per is kind of one that you have to read into the context of it to see if it's multiplication or division. So per is not one that you can just use a rule for. So I'm going to write that over here for division too. So this per, for multiplication, the per is like interchanged with each. If you think that you could say each instead of per, you're going to multiply. Okay, if you're going like so many miles per hour or something like that, then that's going to be division. Okay, so let's go over to division because that was all I had unless anybody's got more for multiplication. Okay, so for division, we already have per, but you have to be careful about it. What else would we say? What?
More than?
Sometimes. That one's one that you got to be careful because sometimes that could be subtraction. Sarah? Sorry, one more time. Quotient! For some reason, everybody forgets what quotient means. Quotient is the answer to a division problem. What would be the opposite of double or twice? Cutting it in half. So if we cut something in half, we're going to divide by what number? 2. We could say share equally. Or sometimes they just say shared. This is shared amongst so many people. I don't want to say distributed because distributed property means to multiply. But yes, distributed in that situation would be like the same as sharing. Yep.
So it could technically be a multiple.
No, because the distributed property is multiplication.
But
You're taking the number and multiplying.
Yeah.
What's the one for subtraction?
The answer to a subtraction problem is the difference. Out of would be another one. So if you think about that one in relation to your grades, when I always say you get this many out of 12 to figure out your grade, you take the top mark you got correct out of how many there were total. Sticking along with that, average. We divide it by the number of, I don't know, points or the average score. You add them all up and divide by the total number of students. And then the last one I have is goes into. So what do you think we're doing in today's lesson?
All of them.
Well, yes, but what are we probably going to use these for?
To multiply
Story problems. Okay, so we're going to be writing
no.
two-step equations.
Oh
with
my God.
story problems.
This is not good. This is not good.
It's okay, we could just skip the